Hey, what's up everybody? Toddzilla here from Joe's Out of War Clan, bringing a video to you highlighting a few things. First off, Queen Walk is not dead after the healer nerf. You just have to figure out how to use your Archer Queen in fashion that's not going to bring her directly into the base where she's going to get blasted down by the bombs, or if you kind of go on the very outside of the entire base, they're most likely not going to trigger unless people are specifically putting their bombs, past on the outside of these, or, way down in that area. That's the only way they're going to do it. It's not very smart, I guess, unless you're going against strictly ground troops. You don't see a ton of air attacks, but it does leave you susceptible. If somebody notices that, then there's no air mines or bombs. So that's the first thing. Archer Queen is still alive post healer nerf. And second, I wanted to highlight these open base designs. I don't know what this actual design is called. I'm sorry, but it's kind of a 90-degree angle from what you see for the crab base design, slightly different. But yeah, basically this whole side is open, making you forcing you to come in on this section. And then what happens is half your squad goes off that way, half your squad goes off that way. They don't work together, and they die out because your spells aren't grouping up on your entire attack army. And they're very effective at doing that. It's basically an anti-2-star, makes everything kind of go around the outside, and then heavy duty stuff here in the middle to burn everything else down while they're going around the outside. So that's what this video is going to highlight. Queen Walk's still alive, and how to deal with these bases are kind of open base designs. And the way I want to think about a design like this is, how can I kind of cut it in half to prevent my troops from splitting in a bunch of different directions. So this particular one, I was doing a Queen Walk. What I'm going to do is come in from the bottom here with my Queen Walk to try and stay out of range of this air defense. And just a beginner tip, your healers will follow your Archer Queen around. So if I'd start my Archer Queen over here and then dump my healers kind of behind her on that particular area, yeah, she's going to take out some of this stuff, but they might end up following her to get within range of this air defense just because they've been latched on. So what I did is I tried attacking right there and then throwing my healers, in a spot that hopefully they're not going to get hit by this air defense. So keep that in mind when you're doing Queen Walks, any of these air defenses. If they're kind of out of range of your Archer Queen and your healers are falling by, they might just get clipped by those, and your Archer Queen can't get to it. So it'll ruin your Archer Queen Walk right away. But anyway, it's going to go in here, and then I run 2 golems. Basically my standard Zilla method, 2 golems, 9 Valkyries with CC, 3 Valkyries, Wiz, and 2 archers. And then I run seven wizards. So in order to cut this base in half, I knew my Archer Queen was going to go down there, and that would basically cut this area off on the left side with my Archer Queen. All I needed to do was kind of cut off somewhere up here. So my plan of attack is to throw a golem down by this P.E.K.K.A statue, knowing it's going to go right into this cannon. And then if I just throw a couple wizards down on this army camp, basically my golem's going to go from there. And once that's dead, likely path over here to this mortar. And then my wizards are kind of taking this out, potentially that or the cannon, and then everything else. So what's going to happen is this are going to be taken out, and then when I release my Valkyries, are going to kind of path right down here. And that's how I cut the base basically in half, is with this golem taking the focus over there. I get rid of this army camp, and that's essentially going to cut off the base for the Valkyries. If I bring them in right on this corner, they're just going to attack this stuff and then go right on down. That was my plan, to kind of cut this in half. And then once they did that, I knew my Valkyries would either end up right here, or I would be pulling the CC troops and they might be coming back around this way. So I was kind of keeping an open mind about where I wanted to go. If they came down here, I was just going to throw a jump right on this wall so I can get into this section, and into those royals. If they're going to come back around this way, I was going to save my jump spell just basically to get right on that crossbow. And that's how I was going to cut the base in half. And after that, basically my Valkyries and stuff, I planned on having them go in there, and after that, I was going to heal and then see if I could get them to jump out of this section and into this and that section and this section. You'll see I end up failing on that, but that's the general strategy. Just try to cut this base into one section, find a way that you can get it cut off and then get your Valkyries to take out everything else and then go through. So let's take a peek at how I did that. A lot of rambling to begin with, and you can see this is absolutely really quick attack. Town Hall 9, getting close to maxed out Town Hall 9 base here, and I did it in 1 minute and 30 seconds with quite a few mistakes. So you're going to see I plop down that Archer Queen first and then put down those healers to keep them out of range of that, knowing full well that she's going to dig in here and these healers basically won't move until she gets deep in past that particular thing. Drop down the one golem there and up there, and then I got my wizards to take out that big army camp, and you can see I'm already starting to set up a way for my Valkyries not to make their way up there and make their way kind of down in that direction. So that's what I'm doing, cutting off the base with those wizards and the golem. There you see it's basically cut off, and here comes the CC. Obviously you want to poison those guys down, and that does indeed pull my Valkyries back. I kind of whiff on my heal here. Could have been a lot better placement there, but there's my jump to get rid of these royals that are in there. So there's the jump, get in, take that Expo out. Archer Queen's attacking, so my Valk's going to go right in there. I make sure I heal them up so they stay alive. Bunch of Teslas pop up. That's fine. Valks will chew through those. Get that Town Hall, and you see I kind of whiff on that jump spell. They're going to bust through that wall, though, take out that, and then they're home free. And you can see my golems actually have not busted yet. They haven't even been healed, and they're making their way up and over, and my Valks kind of went into the center there. So that's the beauty of making sure that you set up a proper funnel. And down here, basically, my Archer Queen is just taking out, a quarter of the base, this whole bottom section on her own. And then with the way that my Valkyries ran to those CC troops and the Royals, they went right into the middle and completely dominated that, while my golems actually sought out the next closest troop, next closest damage dealing building, which was this mortar right there. So it worked out really well. They tanked up everything over here while my wizards kind of followed behind and took out everything else. So you see they take out the one over there, and there they go over to the mortar, and a couple wizards and my Barb King kind of following behind the golems there. And I actually didn't even use my Barb King ability. I could have put my minions down on the corners here to make the attack even faster, but as it was, 1 minute and 30 seconds basically to clear out this entire base with quite a few mistakes as far as efficiency is concerned. But yeah, if you guys see a base kind of open design like that, or the ring base, try to cut off the base on one edge and then come in essentially from the other edge and kind of set it with your kill squad, and you'll have a lot of success on these particular bases. I think that's going to be it for this video, guys. Stay tuned to see a lot better attacks in this particular one. Bone Crusher had 2 amazing 3 stars on their top 2 guys here to basically seal the victory for us in this particular war. But yeah, this focus was simply on this particular base design. It was pretty popular maybe 10 months ago. I saw this base design quite a bit, and actually I used to run it in a few wars way back in the day. So hopefully if you guys see this in some of your wars, you have an idea of how to kind of attack the base and approach it. And hopefully the guys learn something from these style of videos. But that's it for this, guys. Please hit that subscribe button down in the bottom right. If this is your first time watching, the thing I like to stress the most is we're just an average clan. We're not meant for elite players. We're meant for more of the casual people who, just kind of enjoy the game, don't necessarily strategize with your clanmates and, draw maps or draw like attack strategies and then submit them for a review and people tell you what you can do, what you can't do. We kind of just go on our own, and we used to be about a 55% win rate clan in our first 170 wars, and we went from a 55% win rate to a 90% win rate over our last 90 wars or so. So we're obviously getting it done. We're just normal folks. As you can see, these attacks aren't meticulous or, too crazy of a strategy in order to get these 3 stars. If that's what you guys are interested in, if that's what kind of player or what kind of clan you're in, more casual, but you'd like to start winning more to get that loot, subscribe to this channel. Tell your clanmates to subscribe to the channel. Start learning, start getting more 3 stars. See how we accomplished a 55% to 90% win rate turnaround. And that's it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the rest of the 3 stars from this war against whatever clan this was. Thanks, guys. Bye.